I didn't get dissolved!
Well, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample. We don't want anyone—
Yeah, so out of regard, it's a great thing that the—
I can't believe—
Rix has correctly joined the channel.
Listen to me, everyone! Please don't give me such cold and disdainful looks! Think about it! Also... Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your art...
I don't think anything she says it.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think—
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
Hi.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway me until it's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique de... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique de...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence.
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time—
Farina's been sentenced to death?
This outcome is indeed quite— Is this sentence really appropriate?
Yeah! Even Fauché wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind had—
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly
Fuller
excessive,
waving hand, medium light skin
today
tone.
was also, but now the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
Green apple saluting face.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission, Father, is be top priority.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine—
I looked everywhere, and but has the trial already concluded? Then...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates.
Huh? So what do you see? What is—
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait, no. So when you say Hydro—
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point, however, I'm uncertain as to how much—
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other three. The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems... Does that mean that... The second stone slate shows Celeste... This must be the point when the Hydra... The third slate shows the Hydra... That reminds... Well, the fourth slate is the We didn't believe that such a creep...
Perhaps what is about to take place, the true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalette mentioned, and the...
That doesn't...
It's not as simple when the stone... The prophecy from the stone slate, the fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater, which we know can cause if we...
That doesn't...
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women and the first this might...
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Navia fell into the water inside those rooms. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of... The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent... Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but then it feels like...
Let's hear them.
Incredible. Linny, did you hear that?
We're not real humans.
All Fontanians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Oh, and according to Navia, when she was a...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably anchored Celestia by creating humans without... That could also explain why the
Hydro Archon's true sin was creating...
And yet, after many hundreds of years...
Yeah! Isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, however, while you were able to decode all the information when we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But since we only had 3 slates at the time, now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within.
Well?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. I will try to briefly summarize it for your hypotheses regarding the origin. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire. However, even though not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating humanoid mimics in the process. But if Fontanians were to... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race, and thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came into being.
So we were all Oceanids before we turned into human beings?
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only sin was creating us.
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but it does answer a lot of our questions.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was a key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended to hold a trial to determine her fate. Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. So, what you're saying is, even though we decided to put on this trial to avoid fulfilling the prophecy, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold. So now, it seems, we're the ones making sure it comes true.
What should we do?
Huh.
Hi.
No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled. Is this what it feels like to be a prisoner of fate?
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions. About the fourth slate, you probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes? However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before. This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come. We must find the root cause.
It was both dream and reality.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it is. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed. It has been greedily consuming the energy, and once it has finished consuming.
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontanians out of.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontaine. Therefore, when it left the Primordial Sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed up.
We just barely managed to push it back, right?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but we definitely. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster recorded in the prophecy, all we need to do to stop the prophecy would be to find a way to beat it up, right?
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the Primordial Sea's energy before, even if the entirety of
That's not. We've already done. We've come so far.
Indeed. That's not how.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Yes. What? Just as prophecies ultimately
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
You.
Sorry. That shocked.
You are not Farina.
This.
Fusalo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too, if I was to stand any chance of deceiving the heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, she knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly so yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean, I had to outwit the heavenly. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's what. Although, looking back now, it was. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than.
So you were also once one.
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive. The me, she could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited, or as me. Her strengths were, but in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in anyway, so all part of the... Do you still remember the final... In order that under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free. Instead, she was forced... I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is only... Even though she has had a long life,
It has indeed. It's been and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizing...
Oh? Who permitted you to come onto this stage? Now, all right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. I am... Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The gods shall resolve it soon enough. Hey!
Freeze! Dodge this! Take this! Freeze!
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards!
Don't get frostbite. Cool it. Lightning flash!
Let's dance.
Farina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're... mirror me?
Mirror you, huh? You know what?
Mirror me.
The prophecy.
What prophecy? The people...
Oh.
What? But doesn't that mean...
I will tell you.
Oh, but if there were scales...
I suppose this would all... Huh? Don't worry.
Play as...
That's right. If you can keep it...
But how will I...
Don't worry. What you must... Being a human yourself, remember...
So, how...
To a combat.
A trial. What should I say to most... Lady, I'm sure you've all heard about... In truth, as the god Focalor, once again, this... I thought I might...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses you...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might...
Wait, what's going right? Calm down, Farina. Think. Assertive. With a... Now, I was wondering if some weak... You may consider... Now then!
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were...
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your... We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of justice. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. There is, so long as
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now. Besides,
That's true,
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina,
No need. All right.
He's...
Lady Farina.
I see. It's as I thought then. All manner of signs indicate... Really?
I'm...
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue The day is fine, but it's good to see maybe this is fine.
Lady Farina, here are
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Farina, I've waited so long for this chance to see you in this manner.
Indeed, my dear, loyal citizen. This joyous moment is an honor for
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant
Understood. I feel...
Lady Farina, I've heard that the... Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god who... So interminable. Hundreds of years must... I never imagined that it would hurt so have I reached my limit. I want to tell. I've conducted so all I can do is keep heart.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this, although I don't know.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, just share it with me.
A witness. And if to that is... He's right. I could, but if things don't... No, Farina. But what if, Farina, is it such an... If you think about it long and hard. No, all you need to do, dear spectator, is to
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth?
Yes, she did very well. If she had let her, it seems that trusting
I believe that How would you build...
Ah, good. Of course the Eudex of Fontaine has... I'm sure you...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Linny did mention that he heard a... It now seems that
And then I became one with the oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice. Oh, you haven't. My work over these. But really, the vast majority had to be accumulated.
It was all.
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontaine, but.
So the Oratrice. The destruction of that divine throne.
Returning. Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well... Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge. Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principle. I, for my part, am... Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in... So, if the theft of the primordial seas might, then, leaving matters of... In other words, defying the... At this point, we, Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our...
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, in the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about... You are a devious one, Focalors. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that some...
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved...
It's time to end this.
But... Didn't you say just a moment...
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name. Come with me, traveler. The hour... attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility. The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Lightning flash! Cool it! This one will be frozen in time.
Hey, go Fairy Gun!
Take this! Lightning flash!
The authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea. Freeze!
Go Fairy!
Take this! Dodge this!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. Should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short... well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power. Who are...
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the...
I simply did not have any... so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. That kind of power... all in all... the point...
well, being that this... so what sort of person is your master? Well, Child's master's...
oh, right. So you don't know... his name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So master isn't sufficiently famous.
The Foul?
Still nothing...
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine-Doctor's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard... but I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait! Didn't you also mention a...
actually, never mind that. I believe that the all-devouring narwhal, such roiling high... as such. In other words...
what?
Not to worry.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
The prophecy was wrong.
Skyship Winglet. The various disputes that have arisen. People always. Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Courier enough?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true
Paimon's Courier.
And that's exactly.
Are you sure?
Oh, this time.
Oh, it's you.
Hey, we're just
I'm here to update myself on how things are going.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. Our residents are hard at work as well.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours, but if you don't mind...
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as...
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh? You're here too, Clorian?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of...
Oh, wait, just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt before the duel, about what it was like facing down a god. There's lots of exciting material there, I bet.
Forget it.
I see.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather up. And...
How did it go? Was it a good shot? Did Paimon look cute in it?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a
day. You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence, but also not to...
Wow.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that
Whoa, you're...
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was... When did the fortress become... I told him that it was best not to speak.
You're right. I've got to
Stay safe now. And tell me if...
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way to the entrance to greet us?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss...
It's an honor to...
No need to thank me.
Of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face.
Sir, please don't.
But it looks.
No,
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet the boat that brought it. Still, if I might ask.
Looks like.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory. I'm afraid it won't be easy for you to get a shot of it.
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of the—
Did you really have to use the word? Well, then, too so.
Is my hair messed up?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this kind of. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink?
Ah, Siegeween.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure. Come on, Miss Siegeween.
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that...
I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still with—
We sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you? Are things gonna change for you too?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging. As to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave—
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be a next time?
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together.
Traveler, Paimon. And Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of gadget is it? It's a wondrous trick a friend.
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure. Please, write down my address.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step.
Lynette, could you come over? Miss Charlotte says she wants to take a picture of us.
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. So, how have things been, Traveler? Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she doing now?
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's nose
A diplomatic gift!
Yes, it could have been done as an... Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this...
I would agree, but I suspect you'll have...
but back to...
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know?
Are you going to take the Gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied. Switching my masks is something... Well, that depends on many things. No one... As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm...
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians. The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-skit...
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you...
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I guess this must be life. All right, then.
Well, guess we said Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see what Neuvillette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he... In any case, you came at a good time.
Aw, Paimon's glad... Alright, let's have it then. Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your... But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the...
For me, the authority of the Fontanians were but so long as those primordial energies were... In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to make... Yeah, and in a manner...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, but whether it be by... As for the judgment passed by... Whether it was due...
Guess Focalor... hang on a second. Paimon's back when Fontanians had...
Life as always.
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain...
In truth, those Oceanids who...
Paimon... sorta get...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. Lady Farina. I related Focalor. She simply said that she was... Having said that, she then packed her thing.
But...
You need not worry. In truth, I am somewhat... But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the High...
What about you then?
After Focalor, this matter will direct...
Looks like you're still considering...
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power, and this... As such, before I attend to... Additionally, the Hydro Archon's depart...
That's true. That power waits, but the various...
As I am now,
Wow.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift.
Leaving aside their intent, their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least the Oratrice has ceased to function. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragon.
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome. Unlike ancient dragons, such as myself, the dragons of Natlan is also the... There is one other piece of it, the Harbinger known as the Captain.
The Captain?
I suggest that you fully prepare... Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there...
No. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Nervalet?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a... I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what...
You should have the
Remains?
Huh.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's but I fear I have...
I've been training with my... It is only natural for those, regardless, to live in itself is a
What do you mean?
No need to...
This third...
Master never mentioned them. If you're interested, though, I could ask him.
Next time, you believe...
I do.
That's what she...
The remains of the third so that's what the nose...
All the same, assuming that there...
And she said that it would...
If she speaks the... I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element I wonder, does your body also possess similar property?
Like being able to use elemental powers with the... No, let's not think think about this stuff right now, comparing the Traveler to the dead Third Descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic's still... Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him. Or go...
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information...
Alright. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here...
Yes.
But...
I suppose that would be the mystery of a... I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the life flows like... And what ultimately?
Hello, family. Love and blessings.
the prophecy in Fontaine. Oh no, what's happened now?